Being a founder is not easy. In this video, I'm going to be talking about what are the challenges that you should expect to face, what is it like, what's the attitude, what is the resilience, and effectively who you need to become as part of this process. So, over the last few years, the idea of being a founder, the idea of being involved in a startup, the idea of being involved in an early stage company has become strangely glamorized, right? And for me, I launched Wholesale Investor in October 2008. We launched at pretty much one of the most challenging times. So we were launching whilst the GFC was taking place. Dow Jones was dropping 18%. We were launching. We had all the same sort of ridiculous enthusiasm and optimistic qualities that you'd expect from a founder whilst we were actually doing that. And one of the things that starts to realize the more and more we got involved in this space was I actually get inspired by our clients. We deal with all sorts of different personalities. We deal with some that are completely strangely negative, and also some that are the most optimistic people you'll ever meet in your life. But ultimately, at the end of the day, I'd wake up knowing that they are doing absolutely everything they can within their powers to be successful or to see their own vision realized. The hard part that I find really challenging and really frustrating is often when founders just don't back themselves. And sometimes you see it in different ways, right? But the reality is, in being a founder and in driving your business forward and in creating it, you've absolutely got to go all in, right? You've got to go all in on the creation of an opportunity. And said, for me, I don't just talk about this and then not do. I said, this is everything I do. Everything I do is about trying to create something which doesn't exist. That actually stands as the vision for Wholesale Investor. And for every company we work with, my hope is that they're trying to do the same. We want to do everything possible to create that platform so that our clients think, okay, what else could be possible? And it's never easy, but ultimately everyone's got to back themselves in actually trying to fulfill that. You've got to go through the ups and the downs. And said, it's really funny for me sometimes when we're working with companies that often the founders will give up on themselves give up on what they're trying to do before we actually do. So we understand how challenging this area is, right? But for you, from a founder's perspective, resilience is absolutely everything, right? Your ability to wake up every single day, endure all sorts of different frustrations, challenges, problems, sorting out fires, issues, all that sort of stuff, and still walk into the office enthusiastic and optimistic is everything, right? And one of the things that we always talk about is that that level of mental energy and the health and it is part of that. So in doing this video, I just want to encourage everyone that you've got to remind yourself how powerful you are at the end of the day. You've actually got to remind yourself what you're actually capable of. You're going to be going through some high highs and some low lows in this actual journey, right? And the reality is when you're hitting those lows, that's when the point in which you've got to remind yourself of what's possible for you, right? That's the point that's where you got to dig deeper and remind yourself of what is that vision that you're working towards? What is the actual difference that they can make, right? And I said, I don't say this without going through my own challenges. I said, I commonly tell people I can think of probably anywhere between 50 to 100 times where I thought maybe this is the time, and this journey of being a founder is a wild ride, is absolutely like you are dealing with stuff every single day that no one says, okay, here's this checklist of all the things you're about to deal with, right? So my call to you is this: remind yourself of how much you actually can do. At some stages, you got to remind yourself of how far you've actually come already, right? If you're just starting out, you've got to ask yourself this question: is this path for you, right? Because the only reason to say that is because not everyone should be a founder, right? And we've commonly hear about this, but the reality is it is a tough road. You eat shit most days and you have to wake up enthusiastic to eat some more, right? But for every single one of us, there's got to be something that sits at our core that actually drive us. It's the why that actually drive. It's the vision that we want to create. It's the people that we want to serve, right? So for me, when I'm going through any dark moments or moments which I feel challenged, threatened, or whatever the ups and downs that may come along with it, the reminder for me is always the people that we've actually had some sort of impact on. And then it's the reminder of is what impact and what difference can I make 5 to 10 years from now? And that is what drives me at my core. I hope this has been helpful in some way. Look forward to providing more content to you in the future. like the video, share, subscribe. And I said, any issues in which you want to bring to us or any questions you'd like answered for your own business, please feel free to put it in the questions or send us an email directly.